The police officers arrived. Should we give her DCI Silver's report?
No, that doesn't exist until the chiefs of staff say it does. Fucking Vigil. There's gonna be some serious changes on there when she gets back.
Yes, sir. Hello again. How can I help you?
I need to message my colleague on Vigil. Then I'd like to see Craig Burke's accommodation.
Most of the families live in Kirkmouth, but the Singletons all want these. It's a walk to work. Here we are.
I'm afraid you'll need to wait outside, or I can call you, if that's easier.
Is there a reason?
This is a police investigation.
I'm hardly a member of the public.
I know, but still.
I can prove, or just for the record, I can prove with the audio recording that's simultaneously running on my other smartphone that this is the same exact every time vehicle that the police are using, or the cops in quotes, if you call that their job. I don't know if even they call themselves that. Is that really what they call themselves for this job? But that's what they're doing right here. Is they're going to park that car on the 4th, because a lot of cops play video games where 404 means something. That's pretty much as much logic as I can figure out for that kind of intelligence. But that's what they're doing right here. Is they're going to keep that truck idling right there. Bang the door a few times, some door banging, there's some door slamming, maybe some extra engine revving, maybe another truck or car or another vehicle, maybe even a cop car or a fire truck go by, make it extra loud, exciting, make sure that a bunch of people are on payroll just in the shortest amount of time, get to go to McDonald's first and go afterwards to get dinner afterwards, talk about how it made them feel. Narrowing the line gap so in case someone passes, I don't have to worry about that. Lowering, so if someone does walk by, I don't really see them, see their clothes instead. That way I can continue recording and not worry as much. Of course, there are lots of subtleties, and difficulties, and painful realities when you're recording like this, like what if someone walks by? What if there's a vehicle with someone in it? Which gives the advantage to law enforcement once again. This is not the kind of thing where it's a monopoly on force, which is logical based on safety and security reasons, which are actually important. This is more along the lines of law enforcement thinking that this is the only thing they need to do. There's absolutely no safety or security qualification. In many ways, it probably creates a risk factor where people, or a human factor, as I call it on May Day, the investigation air show. The human factor would be that I believe, I will firmly state my opinion, I will testify as from my experience, that any form of torture like this will lead to someone reacting. And whereas I will record, sit here patiently, talk to myself, or in reality, not say a word until now, and it's been years, I'll observe quietly and not create a problem. What's happening here is, I'm pretty sure from reading the news that other people don't respond that way. And then I bet the average reaction, I'm saying average, not by accident, not the occasional reaction, not the rare reaction. I mean, more likely than not necessarily the majority, but the average, I would say, would be to react. what did I say? So they're going to do the unison thing, routine. Yep, there we go. Same time, someone walks by my room, and that guy walks by the room. I call that guy the boombox cop who walks by, generally at the 17th minute, 37th minute, 48th minute, and often in sync with whatever vehicles available, whatever the cop likes to drive today. Sometimes, some cops want to just rev an engine today. Sometimes they want to slam some doors. Sometimes they want to break dance with the boombox, walking around people's rooms. But generally, they want to synchronize. They want to show that they're not just doing it randomly. Just like in their show, you want to make sure that you can see them raise their knees and bend their hips just excessively enough to show that there is no way it's by accident, and that they actually spent that much time thinking about it beforehand. Because we want, just like in their show, for the military, we would like the police to respond to problems by performing for them, not spooking them, just literally being hilarious, funny, and telling jokes to people who have either mental problems, personal problems, actual issues. At the mayor's office's pandemic shelter hotel, getting all that money. I think hasn't the police budget been doubled and the shelter budget been doubled? Or no, sorry, the shelter budget's probably been quadrupled, sextupled. There's a lot of money floating around, and it definitely is not being spent here. But you can bet there's always a nice vehicle around, which is exciting for a cop. You don't have to take a risk. There's no safety risk or security risk for someone in a car. You get the advantage of going to McDonald's before and afterwards. Then you just sit in your car, put your phone on, watch some TV, some music. Just make sure you're banging your noise at a certain time, which is definitely one of those skills which just harkens back to after going to school, having an education, using your brain, and running an actual investigation. That's definitely how we do it. And that's all we need to do. Because we know that on average, and I'll change back to my voice again. You can go back to their voice again afterwards. But then it just goes back to the human factor, where the average person, as I claim, will react to having a bunch of law enforcement cops, quote-unquote cops, acting like they're in Jackass, the TV show. Meaning they're just making noise, playing slapstick, making sure the trucks go slowly by while they rev their engine, and making sure the trucks are always the ones that are loudest. And then calling it a mental condition. Calling it a brain problem. And making mad bank, some mad money, and actually calling it law enforcement. As expected, the time is 4:16, 4:17, which is not only predictable for me, it's predictable for them. Makes your job easier, and all you have to do is look at your watch and then say you're solving crime, because that's how you feel it's working. Not because it has a direct effect, other than having the average person overreact, which is probably an expected and predictable result. And I don't know if I want someone who's just dealt with this for that much time, with only vehicles that they're getting an interaction from. I don't know if I'd want that person walking around wondering who next was going to approach in this or that kind of way. Because that's not a human being. That's not an officer. That's not a uniform. That's not someone speaking English. That's a cop who sounds like they're on drugs.